Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to Outdoor and Door Texan. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make brushfire eggs. Now you may not have heard of these because I made the recipe myself, but they're essentially pickled eggs with smoky, herbaceous, and spicy flavor elements added to them, hence brushfire. Pickling eggs is a very simple process, and this particular recipe isn't much more complicated, but it does add a fun twist to the regular flavor profile. Make sure to read the description below for the entire ingredients list, and once you've got everything in front of you, let's get to cooking. Today I'm starting out with a half dozen hard-boiled eggs. This recipe works for about 6 to 10 eggs depending on the size of your jar. Our first step in prep is actually going to be outside on your smoker, where we're going to be smoking these eggs at a very low temperature for about an hour. So let's head over there now. If you don't have a smoker at home, don't change the channel just yet. This can be an optional component, but just know that smoke is a crucial piece of the whole brushfire thing. Place your eggs on a smoker set at a temp no higher than 200 degrees. I'm using apple wood chunks, but you're welcome to use just about any smoking wood that produces your preferred flavor. We're not trying to continue the cooking process here. It's really all about putting smoke flavor into the eggs before you pickle them. After 30 minutes, check on your eggs and give them a flip. Then let them smoke for an additional 30 minutes. It's been about an hour now, and you can see the eggs have yellowed considerably sitting in that smoke. So at this point, we're going to take the eggs off and head back to the kitchen. With your eggs off the smoker, take a sanitized 32-ounce or quart pickling jar and set your eggs inside of it. Now take 2 to 3 halved jalapenos and place them inside the jar as well. You'll notice there's another pepper on the plate, and that's actually what's called a 7-pot chili, which I grew in my pepper garden. On the Scoville scale, they sit at about 1 million Scoville units, whereas jalapenos sit around 5,000, which means scary spicy. But it's important to note that 1, I obviously like spicy food, and 2, in my experience, eggs don't get terribly spicy when soaking with peppers like this. So I wanted to see how hot I could make it. Long story short, you can skip the insane pepper if you'd like, but it really does take a lot to heat up eggs if you're looking for something spicy. After the peppers, add 1 sprig of rosemary, 1 sprig of thyme, and finally 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried chili flakes. Now let's work on building the pickling brine. In a small saucepan, add 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of peppercorns, 1 tablespoon of pickling spice, 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, either minced or whole, 1 cup of water, and 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. Then simply bring the brine to a boil. Once it hits that boiling point, take it off the range, turn back around, and pour it directly into your jar. Make sure you get the majority of solids poured out of your pan, and that you also leave about an inch of headspace at the top of your jar. Carefully wipe off the rim and then place a new and sanitized lid on top. Screw down until just finger tight and let it cool on your counter for about 20 minutes. Once it's cooled off a little bit, transfer it over to your fridge and leave it alone for a week before opening and sampling. This will give the eggs plenty of time to soak in flavors from the brine. Okay, it's been about a week now, and it's time to finally give these eggs a taste. On a side note, I get a lot of questions about whether these are shelf stable or not, and honestly, I choose not to find out. I just say play it safe and keep them in the fridge. Like the name suggests, the eggs are a great mixture of smoke, herbs, and really only a small hint of heat from all those peppers. The longer they soak in the brine though, the more flavors they'll pick up. These eggs make for a delicious quick snack and are an excellent addition to any meat and cheese boards at parties. Total cook time, obviously not counting the week in the fridge, was just over an hour. And since the finished recipe comes out in a sealed jar, they also make great gifts. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you end up trying this recipe and how it turns out for you. I'm always up for questions, talking recipes, and helping others on their journey for discovering new food. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe to the channel for more great content to come. Alright y'all, take care.